Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host, excuse me, and stroke survivor, Jerry Wald. Um, let me, had to clear my throat. I am your host, Jerry Wald, and I'm glad you guys are here. And I started doing this show to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, uh, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys from literally across the world. Today's a little different. I'm talking about a topic that people have sent me messages and want to know about grief. Grief that no one sees, mourning the life you had while building your new life you have. So I wanted to talk about that, and I will go into things here. But good morning, um, Catherine. Good morning. Good morning, John. Good morning, and hopefully everybody's doing well. Getting up to close to Christmas time, and I hope everybody has a great holiday so far. But anyway, let's get right into this. And first of all, if you like this show or my channel on Let's Talk Stroke on YouTube, just hit the like button, and and if you could share this, that would be terrific as well. So that's what I want to talk about is grief, but in a positive way. So I didn't want to, I never do negative things. But anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about is something that we really don't hear enough of, or enough about, which is I do. Um, it's something that's real, something quiet, something many of us carry, but we rarely say it out loud. And that's called grief. Um, Not the kind of grief people expect. It's the grief that no one sees. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's, you know, but first of all, a stroke, after our stroke, people often tell us how strong we are. Well, how lucky we are to be alive. Um, how inspiring our recovery is. Um, and while that may all be true, there's another side. Um, I don't know if that makes sense to you there, but the body that you used to trust, the job, the role, um, independence you lost, the energy you once had, um, the version of yourself that existed before your stroke. And here's the hard part. And this one is pretty true. Many survivors feel guilty for grieving. Um, we think, I survived. I should be grateful. But gratitude and grief can exist at the same time. And denying grief doesn't mean it disappears. It just makes it heavier. Let's see. So, how unseen grief shows up. grief, grief. Let's see. After stroke, doesn't always look like tears. Sometimes it looks like irritation that you can't explain, fatigue that doesn't rest or fix, um, pulling away from people. How many people have had that happen? Feeling stuck even years later. I've gone through that, and that's not a weakness. That's unprocessed loss. And here's the truth that no one tells you: you can mourn what you lost and still build something meaningful. Moving forward without moving on. People often say, "You need to move on." I mean, get over it. I mean, but I don't believe that's the goal. The goal isn't to forget where you were. The goal is to carry you forward with compassion. Healing doesn't mean pretending the loss didn't happen. Um, Healing means saying, this hurt me, and I'm still here. When you name your grief, you give yourself permission to grow around it. See if I missed anybody here. So let's see. Did you guys? Oh, I'm waving up. Hello, hey Kathleen. Hello everyone. It's cold in Jersey. Thank you for being here. And Wayne, I love your video. You know, putting the shirt on. You know, people take that for granted, but you know what? Look what you did. I mean, look what you're doing. I love it. I love it. Um, and again, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Um, I really do. I really appreciate you guys. So where was it here? Let's go back to um, yeah. When you name your grief, it does give you permission to grow around it. Does that does that make sense? And here's the rebuilding with intention. Here's a powerful shift. Instead of asking, when will I be who I was? Well, try asking, who am I becoming now? Maybe you're becoming, this I agree with, maybe you're becoming more patient, more empathetic, more present, and more purposeful. Um, Things you didn't ask for, um, but qualities that mean deeply. Um, your life didn't end, it changed. And change doesn't mean less value. Um, it means a different kind of strength. I hope that you guys get a little of that. So if no one told you lately, let me say it clearly. You're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to heal slowly. You're allowed to build a new life without erasing the old one. This one, and a friend of mine says this a lot. And she always says, your story, a little differently, but your story still matters. Your voice still matters. And your future, however it's different, still holds meaning. I don't know if any of you guys got a lot of that. Let's see here, and I can't. Thank you guys. This is great. Mike Peters, become the new you. Absolutely. Nice to see you, Mike. It's been a little while. Um, let's get back on and get an update. I know. I miss you, Mike. Thank you for being here. You're yeah. I'm becoming. If anybody knows, Mike Peter from South Wales. I'm becoming more grumpy. My wife says, "Yeah, I know. You know, as long as been my stroke, I've been told a lot, but that's okay. And I don't think so. But is that I'm getting complacent. You know, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I say it all the time. I don't know if anybody also knows or says that, stroke is not for the weak. It's one of my things I've said for a lot of people. Some people don't like me saying that, but some some are okay with it. But so let's get back. I just want to cover one other thing here too. Grief. That's really what this is about. Like I said, it's not the kind of grief people expect. This is a different one. The grief that no one sees. That's what this is about. The grief that no one sees. And so when I go to the beginning, you have to name the invisible grief. Like people tell us, after our strike. I mean, if you're late to hear this, I'm just going to cover this one. People often tell us how strong we are, how lucky we are to be alive, how inspiring our recovery is. Um, I mean, let's see my yeah. So the recovery, it's tough, but we go through it. We cover a lot of different ways. So so what you want to say is the kind of grief that no one sees. Um, you know, no one. We something that we many of us carry, but grief is really rarely said out loud. So after a stroke, people, like I said, people often tell us, wow, you are you should be grateful to be alive. You know, uh, how inspiring we are to other people. But maybe that's true. But the side of the grief, well, there's another side of grief is the body you used to trust, the energy you once had, we had, um, that we had. Hopefully that makes sense. The job, the role, the independence that we lost. Um, but here's does anybody feel guilty for grieving? I mean, that's part of stroke. If I miss you, um, I apologize. Lynn, Catherine, Lindora, nice to see you. So I know, definitely about the emotional part of this. So okay, I do thank you for putting these comments in here, and it's the truth, not for the weak. Yeah, I mean I've been saying that for so long, but yeah, um, let's. I'm pulling some comments up here, and Lenora, thank you for we are experiencing. What I know, me, thank you. You describe your stroke as grief as a specialist. Say stroke doesn't affect your mental health. I've lost half my buddy. I know. I know. Um, I agree there, Mike. So who does feel guilty about grieving? That's we think, you know, I think I told it in the beginning. I survived. Maybe we think of this. I survived. I should just be grateful. I mean, I'm grateful all the time, but gratitude and grief can exist at the same time. Wow. And denying grief doesn't make it disappear. It just makes it heavier. So so how unseen grief, how does it show up? Well, grief after stroke doesn't always look like, tears, unless you like me. I have a pseudo-Barbera effect, a PBA. So I have tears all the time just for littlest thing. But so grief, how does it show up? What does it look like? Um, it looks like irritation. You can't explain. You feel that way, and I do. Um, I don't want to say a lot, but I do. Fatigue that rest doesn't fix. Does that make sense? People are pulling away from people, feeling stuck even years later. Um, and that's not a weakness at all. Feeling it's not a weakness. That's unprocessed loss. And here's the truth that no one tells you: you can mourn what you lost and still build something beautiful and meaningful. And that to me is so true. Um, Moving forward without moving on. You get that, some of you? Survivor guilt, sometimes. Yeah. Um, People often say, you need to move on. What? You need to move on. It's to me, it's not, and just to me, it's not that easy. So, but I don't believe that's the goal. The goal isn't to forget who you were. Um, the goal is to carry who you were forward with compassion. Um, Healing doesn't mean pretending the loss didn't happen. Healing means saying, this hurt me, but I'm still here. I mean, this hurt me, but I'm still here. Um, when you name your grief, you give yourself permission to grow around it. Um, and also rebuilding with an intention. Here's a powerful shift. Instead of asking, when will I be who I was? And I've talked to people who, how long is this going to take to get better or be how I was? But we do is um, try asking yourself, who am I becoming now? To me, I think I'm more patient. Well, sometimes, but more empathetic. That I believe, more present. And here's another one I believe is more purposeful, and things you did not ask for, but qualities that matter deeply. Your life didn't end, not at all. It changed, and you just can't things you didn't ask for, right? Your life didn't end; it changed, and change doesn't mean less value. It means different kind of strength. Um, does that make sense? I'm trying to. Hopefully, this made sense. Um, uh, you never had one. Yeah, I you you. I'm looking at the comments now here. Never move on. Yeah, feeling unseen and heard as if I'm retarded. I know. Jana, nice to see you. Nice to see you all. Stephen, Brad, um, thank you for being here and making comments. And if you got here a little late, well, let's you know hopeful, grounded. That's another like segment I wanted to talk about real quick. If no one has told you lately, let me say it clearly. You are allowed to grieve. You are allowed to heal slowly. When we think want to just, fingers, carpal tunnel, but you're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to heal slowly. You're allowed to build a new life without erasing the old one. I mean, that doesn't mean uh, I'm someone else now. That's a different, whole different subject there. So, and good friend, a lot of times she's here. Um, you probably know your story matters. It still matters even after our stroke. Your story still matters. Your voice still matters. Okay, aphasia. If you do have that, even it may come out wrong. Your voice still matters. And your future, however different it is, still holds meaning. And I appreciate you guys being here, and thank you all for surviving. And thank you for continuing, one day at a time. It's not the easiest thing. Um, let's see, Mike. Yes, upstroke. There you are. Here you are. Nice to see you. It's a very different balance. Absolutely. Thank you. Did I miss anybody? Um, I, but yeah, and again, if you ever want to be back and here to share an update, um, gentlemen, Cody will be here. Aphasia, stroke, maybe. I know. I'm with you. So thank you for commenting. But so that's kind of what I wanted to cover. That this topic today was on grief. Um, I mean, everybody handles grief differently. I certainly do. I do well because in the beginning of mine, that's what I didn't even know what grief was. I didn't know anything really, actually. So, but seriously, if you are listening today and you are a stroke survivor or you love somebody who is, this um, episode is really especially for you, because we do. I wanted to talk about this morning because we never hear enough about. It is real. It's quiet, something many of us, not everybody, but many of us carry, but rarely we say it out loud. Its topic today is grief. So um, let's see here, Mike. I saw you there. I would. All right. Can you send me a private message if you want to be back on, and we can again get an update. And eh, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And again, if you want to be back on, and I'm 100% Brad. Not grieving. I just still mad. Sucks with aphasia. I'm 100% with you that. Yeah, not mad. I mean, it's been a while. But yeah, I just and Brad, when we talk too much, well, this is just me. Jana, yeah, let's chit chat. Oh, send me a private message if you'd like to be on there. Your story today will someone's guidebook tomorrow. That's right. I, you guys are awesome. And again, please, if you'd like, like Jana, you just said, you'd like to come back on. It's been a while, Jana. I'd love to catch up and talk about what's new in your life and see how things going. And Dina, good morning. And yeah, last thing, if you can always put it in the comments when if we're done here. Please let me know where you're from, where you're calling in here or tuning in here. And again, um, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel called Let's Talk Stroke, um, please do hit the like button and I love it. So happy Tuesday, and you know what? Happy holidays, as Brad is saying. So really, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I do appreciate you guys being here and tuning in. Means a lot. And yeah, even though I sign off, thank you, Jenna. Have a great day and have a great rest of your week. I appreciate it.